Hi, this is Anna from Green Talk, and I want to show you what I'm doing with my tomatoes this year. I've actually decided to take my cherry tomatoes and my slicing tomatoes and roast them. I got a tip from one of the groups I was in Facebook, and she said it was a lot better than me cooking them down in a crock pot, and she is absolutely right. In the past, what I would do is I would freeze the tomatoes, skin them, de-seed them, and put them in a crock pot and cook them down until they made a really thick sauce, but I always found that the sauce was bitter. Or maybe not as tasty or burnt. It didn't taste right, and I didn't know what I was doing wrong. So what I did this year, using the tip, I roast the tomatoes at 425 for 25 minutes, and then I go ahead and put them in this little contraption here. I have a YouTube video on it. What it basically does is, as you can see, it de-seeds and de-skins the tomatoes. And it's a lot easier to use this when they're roasted because the skins and the seeds don't get caught in the little chute right here. Normally, if you just did tomatoes you just took off the skin, they would just get stuck, and it's just such a mess. So what it does is it creates a beautiful puree like this. See what it's doing? And then when it gets too tall, I put it in this pot, which I'm going to be using to heat it up to can. Now, this is the finished product here. And it makes a really nice sauce. And I've tried it. It's very delicious. It tastes much more fresh than the crock pot version that I used. And what you can also do is you can put plum tomatoes in this. Use the sauce as the filler for your canning for your plum tomatoes. So it even like almost kind of bathes in the sauce while it's in the cans. So it's a great way to use that as well. And I know a lot of you probably have an abundant amount of cherry tomatoes and slicing tomatoes this year. Now, if you're wondering what those yellow ones, those yellow tomatoes are, they're called pear tomatoes, and they're like a bigger version of a cherry tomato, and they're very sweet and really tasty. So this is Anna Hackman from Green Talk, and I'd like to know in the comments below how you deal with your overabundance of cherry tomatoes and slicing tomatoes. Do you can them, dehydrate them, make them into jam? What do you do? Thanks so much for watching, and like always, share my videos on Twitter and Facebook, and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video.